running ground where blames and faults and wrongs are burned. The seeds of man were planted there so long ago, among the frogs and birds and fish. God help us figure out what they already know. We all must share from the same dish. It's where you feel you're right's not wrong, where you feel that you belong. It's the place where Woody Guthrie wrote those songs. Look ahead, she's on my mind. I can't stop thinking about Beluthahatchee. Look ahead, she's on my mind. I can't stop thinking about Beluthahatchee.
1916 Jacksonville. The child was born who couldn't sit still. 86 years later with no regret. You know that man can't sit still yet. The Great Depression couldn't get him down. He worked for his dad's store in town, collecting money in small amounts. The poor whites and blacks in their furniture accounts. Stetson Kennedy wants us all to be free. Stetson Kennedy wants us all to be free. As he'd collect, he'd talk to folks. He'd hear legends, tales, songs, and jokes. Now this fine treasure he'd record and write. He was colorblind, didn't see black and white. Writer's project for the WPA. Zora Neale Hurston, he earned his pay. Crackers and blacks, they talk for hours. It was a barefoot history, this land of flowers. Stetson Kennedy wants us all to be.
Stetson Kennedy, a hero in the state of Florida and the nation, his heroic work in closing down the Klan. And it is appropriate that we bring that up today because we now see these alt-right groups appear across this great land in the 50 contiguous states out there. And as President Obama, in the tradition of George Washington, made a farewell address, we notice some on the right have criticized this, as they've criticized many, many things out there that are progressive, but what they do not comprehend is that change is a positive thing, and change is dialectical, and things will continue to change if you follow the various machinations in Washington. The hearing today with the Mississippi Judge Beauregard Sessions, many appeared there to oppose his nomination. And how this plays out, we don't know at this point in time. But as the people, and rephrase that quote, the people get organized. People are starting to get organized. Today was a day of resistance to call the Congress and record our opinion of events. On November the 8th, there was an election in the U.S., an election that was one of the lowest turnout elections in the history. And now what we are faced with, the DJ Trump administration came into being out of the despair of people. Many people did not turn out, and as the late African liberation leader Malcolm X said, the African in Mississippi, the African in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was suppressed from voting. The African in Harlem had nothing to vote for there. So thus, that creeped in through a hard-fought primary, that courageous senator from Vermont, whom we've seen criticized today by some people. He did not lose this election for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton and the platform which she ran on lost the election. Yes, there was various other machinations involved, even alleged that the members of the Russian Federation, the governmental part, or their fellow travelers, were influenced. That we do not know, but what we do know is that Poindexter and that crowd that hung out at the Democratic National Committee were the producers of the emails. That has not been disputed. One of the events that did happen in this election, the FBI's director's appearance there, no doubt had negative consequences on Hillary Clinton. There's no doubt about that. And then he reversed course just a few days before the election, but many people had already voted in early voting. So this is a historical speech, and this is the reason we have covered it live. Let me see if I can go to Emma Young here. We'll try this. I'm not certain that we can find Emma tonight. We'll see. Emma is no doubt in the bowels of McCormick Place, trying to move out of that area on this very cold night in the Midwest. It is white across much of the continental U.S. As we speak to you, let me go quickly here to the Chicago Tribune, a newspaper in the city of Chicago, and take a very quick look at their coverage out in Chicago, and we'll get to it very quickly here. The farewell address, of course, obviously is the headline here, and there is a blog in their paper. They are covering this from Chicago, and we'll have more in our second broadcast, actually, on this subject. We'll have more time to address it in Chicago. On our Twitter feed, you can find also this address, and you'll be able to find it from basically, I suppose you'd say, time immemorial. There is multiple coverage on many outlets. We have a tendency, when there is multiple coverage, that we do not cover because there is coverage around. But this event was such an event, much more, I would say, in historical importance than some of the inaugural address that appeared across the U.S. These types of events, we have to always be cognizant of them and of their importance to ordinary people in their lives. And we'll continue to attempt to cover events. We'll have something on some of the nominees, such as the session nomination today. That event at the and here we are here from the Chicago Tribune. A picture of someone there with number 44. That was Barack Obama. He was number 44, or is actually number 44. He does have a few days to continue on. In the meantime, you'll have a lot of drama. I'm just looking here on Facebook about smoking guns and what have you. Smoking guns are not as important. What smokes in the Russian Federation is not as important as what is going on the ground. The repeal of the Affordable Care Act and how it affects the people of the United States, ordinary people. That is where we look, and that is where we are. I'm just looking here at the commentary by Meryl Streep, the entertainer slash actress, social and human rights activist also there, and the response. One of the things that the Trump administration must continue to remember is that the criticism now will only get amplified as we move along. There's no doubt about that. There will be more amplification involved here, and people will start to pay attention to what is going on in Washington now. The soap opera type atmosphere, what V.I. Putin is doing, what D.J. Trump is doing, that will start to disappear more so than appear. Now I'm just looking at the Washington Post here. Now, evidently, Trump was briefed on claims Russia had compromising information on him. Don't know about this. This is from there, delivered to President Obama last week, included sections summarizing allegations that the Russian intelligence agencies had compromising material information on Trump's personal life and finances. I don't doubt this. Trump replied that it was fake news, a total political witch hunt. But remember how intelligence agencies work, and this is akin to what we call in the U.S. candidate information, basically there that campaigns hire private investigators, etc., to delve into the backgrounds of their opponents and look for any skeletons in the closet that perhaps would fall out. And those are the kinds of things that ordinarily happen. Of course, with governments, they have the ability, as with the NSA, etc., they can listen to conversations and perhaps have been listening to conversations for some time. And this is the sort of thing that comes out here, and I would not be surprised if some of this information finds itself into the airwaves, period. And more into this article, U.S. officials say the claims about Russians possessing compromising materials were based not on information obtained through traditional intelligence channel, but research done by outside entities. And this is what oppositional research engaged in political consulting work and led by high-ranking British intelligence officers. Materials first mentioned in A Mother